Hey guys, I thought I'd put this video out here. Let's have a talk about twin flames. Okay, for all those newly embracing your spiritual journey, learning all the terminology associated with spirituality, the biggest hype term, in my opinion, would be twin flames, meaning two halves of the same soul. This connection transcends the soulmate connection, which means cut from the same cloth. We all have multiple soulmates. Some of those are karmics, which we have agreed to meet and work out karma before incarnating here on the physical plane. Karmics meaning those who mirror back to us the unhealed parts, the trauma, and provide the greatest lessons. So I'm just going to give you a brief history on how I formed this opinion and the information associated with that opinion, okay? So my childhood wasn't easy. It was full of neglect and manipulation. I always had this knowing that I would find my one and that I wouldn't find love chasing after it. It would find me when I'm ready. Now fast forward to my first proper relationship. He was seriously abusive and it took me years to recover. Almost 2 years later, I was crying myself to sleep, begging my guides, asking them why I wasn't good enough, who was my soulmate, when am I going to meet him, why can't I be loved, and all of those relevant questions. That night, I dreamt of him. I don't remember physical details. I do remember he had everything I wanted in a man. And in that dream, he kissed me and said I wasn't ready yet, and then I woke up. I've held on to this dream, knowing I've had many prophetic dreams before. And not long after that, I had my first spiritual awakening. Now, not understanding the process, I fell into an ascension trap, which led me to my child's father. Again, was abusive, and during this relationship, I came across the term twin flame. Now, of course, being hung up on my dream, I researched the hell out of this term, reading everything I could about the twins and how you know. Now, these blogs have no information on the journey genuine twins go through, so I allowed my ego to force my perception of my baby daddy to fit. I was so desperate to have that all-consuming love that ultimately my choices were to the detriment of my well-being. A year after we broke up, I went through the dark night of the soul. Everything I thought I knew and loved was stripped away, and I worked through so many traumas, wounds, and false truths that considering anyone up until this point as my twin was completely delusional. Not long after resurfacing, I realized that I had been operating from my masculine side most of my life, and I had to find my feminine and get connected and learn about her. Now, this is where my opinion comes in, okay? I realized that being whole means balance between the masculine and the feminine, knowing which side to operate from depending on the situation for the highest good. During meditations, my guides gave me a lot of information. The twin flame connection only occurs at a point where a soul has achieved a certain level of lessons that causes the soul to split, resulting in twin flames. This split happens so the soul can continue to learn lessons faster, as well as learning the truth about unconditional love. Every single person on earth is at a different stage when it comes to their soul's growth. This will be triggering. However, please take the trigger as an indication of where work still needs to be done. Majority of humanity is not on a twin flame journey this lifetime. And I'll say it again, we have multiple soulmates which we can experience genuine love with. The minority who are twins, some are on the journey to balance and master their masculine and feminine energies in this lifetime. Others have done this and will come into union. These unions are the foundation builders for the golden age, to allow the rest of humanity to know what the matriarchal society looks like. These relationships are different from anything we have known this far. Feminine has the creativity. Masculine will bring the creativity to the physical. The feminine will continue to nurture that, and the masculine will continue to make it grow here in the physical. Now, the term matriarchy implies feminine dominance. However, the true meaning is about evaluating what each energy has to offer, working together equally to bring everything into harmony. Now, my guides have been pushing me to get this message out for much longer than they have been pushing me to do YouTube. Now, I understand how upsetting my opinion is. Of course, we are all allowed to have different perspectives, opinions, okay? That is fine, that is okay. You do not have to agree with me in any way, shape, or form. However, it is clear that the ego has so many trapped in the thinking you need something outside of yourself to make you whole, which is further from the truth. This message is meant to help you truly figure out if you are on this journey or simply caught up in the hype, because the hype has so many distracted from their growth, purpose, and journey. Now, everyone's spiritual journey is different and everyone's purpose is different. Twin flames aren't better or above anyone else, simply at a different stage, having a different purpose. I encourage you all to answer the questions. Am I truly healed and responsible enough to love myself deeply for all that I am? Do I respect my choices and boundaries? Can I nurture and support my growth in all aspects? Can I give without the expectation of receiving? I encourage you all to seek these answers from within. It took me a long time to realize that my journey is all about the different types of love, e.g. family love, friend love, romantic love, platonic love. And unfortunately, the twin flame love just isn't one of them. And since truly facing and accepting this truth, I have been able to grow in leaps and bounds. I have connected with a soulmate, and this person is exactly what I have always wanted in a man. This person nurtures me, he supports me, and he pulls me up when I'm feeling low. He never makes me feel less than. He always is trying to show me how complete I am without him. He just adds to that, right? So I feel like this is why the message has to come out, to help others accept their truth and allow them to grow and continue along their path the way that they were meant to, and not get caught up in all of the trends that are going on within the collective, right? It's time for us as a collective to detach from the mass consciousness, from the society's conditionings to tell you that you need a house, you need to be married, you need to have kids, you need to have a dog, you need to have all these things to be happy, when that is not true. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from being whole and complete, and it comes from accepting the flaws and the difficulties that we face as humans, as individuals. Okay, and it just please learn how to keep your judgments to yourself, or recognize even that these judgments are coming from a place within that needs love, that needs healing, that needs light. Okay. Whew. Sorry, that was a little bit intense. Fully got into that, I'm not gonna lie. So I hope this was helpful for you. I encourage you to ask yourself all of those questions. Really meditate on, am I a twin, or am I just hyped in this trend, right? Thank you, and I look forward to doing videos for you tomorrow. See you later.